no stranger to competition cooking shows. So why barbecue brawl?
BBQ Brawl was just a moment for me to like kind of add another like notch on my belt and show that I can have a different like culinary perspective to what barbecue is. When people think barbecue, they think like, traditional slathered in sauce, smoked for a long, long time. But I think I have a different perspective growing up in a Latin barbecue world where we ate like pinchos off the grill and cajachina, and that in essence is barbecue to me as well. So I wanted to and the opportunity to like kind of showcase that on the show.
Well, that brings me into one of my other questions that I was going to ask you about. Is there like a Floridian flair to barbecue that you feel you bring? Obviously, these other dishes that people might not have thought about, but is there something that you really think of and when you think of barbecue in South Florida?
Yeah, of course. I think immediately I think of the beach. I just think of growing up on the beach and taking the
Okay.
barbecue, wheeling the barbecue through the sand with my uncle sweating, all the parents carrying all the stuff for the day. And it was something so like majestic about that moment when you got to eat the barbecue because you woke up in the morning to get the good spot on the beach. Your mom marinated the meats yesterday. It's quintessentially Florida to go to the beach and barbecue. There's no other way to put it.
Is there more of a citrus feel to it than maybe somebody barbecuing in
Yeah,
Texas or Maine?
it feels very Caribbean. Yeah, it feels
Oh,
very like tropical. It feels like, I don't know, you can grab a coconut and cut it in half and boil out of that. You can do so many things that are available to you. You can fish. A lot of people don't think of smoking fish because it's like, oh,
ooh,
what a delicate cut of meat. And it's like
yeah.
smoked fish dip in Florida is at every bar, at every
Yes.
restaurant. So yeah, it's very different. Yes.
I'm in South Florida, so I know exactly what you're
Uh,
talking about.
Cool,
Any
cool,
bar
cool.
you go to, it is on the menu. Yes, you
Yep.
are true. Did you feel because you've been on other competitions before that you kind of had an advantage over maybe some of the contestants, or did you feel like you were going in as a novice?
I always go in very humbly, kind of assuming that everyone's a little bit better than me at something, and I try to go in with that perspective that I'm just going there to learn and be influenced and be inspired. But at the same time, I kind of kept it under my hat that it's like, I've already won one of these in this exact same kind of dynamic where it was in teams and it was very team brawly. The other show was called Beachside Brawl. So I'm like, I've already won
Yeah.
a brawl.
And you've won a competition of chopped, which is no small
Correct.
feat as well. So this
Yeah.
is like the trifecta for you in a
Yeah, the
sense.
3P, looking for the 3P.
Tell me in your mind, what is the secret of good barbecue? Is it the meat? Is it the sauce? Is it the medium you're using to cook with?
I think it has to do with a balance of the way that you process the ingredient, right? So showing it the right amount of time, care. Does it need to be brined? Does it need to be cured? Does it need to be
Mm.
dried out? And kind of what way does it need to be cut to be perfectly set for the right heat environment? And once you create the right heat environment, meaning the temperature, the amount of smoke, the moisture, then you've got the perfect kind of barbecue, right? Whether that's on a grill, over charcoal, over smoke, light smoke. That's what you need to make the perfect barbecue.
All right. So there's kind of a science to it in a sense.
Yes.
People think
Yes.
of chefs as being creative,
Yeah.
but there is some science involved with it, it seems like.
Yeah. It's like fire management. That's what you're doing.
Oh, I like that. Tell me about working with some of the other contestants because there's different personalities there. You may not
Yeah.
necessarily get along with everybody, and you do have to work as a team, but at the same time, you're still competing against each other.
Yeah, that was the hardest part for me was the dynamic because I grew up like in the streets of Miami and there was no like BS. You weren't fake with
Yeah.
anybody. If you don't like somebody, they're from a different hood, you didn't like them. There was very hard lines drawn in the sand.